Hi, it's Crystal, Woodbridge Nature Inspired Relationship Coach. If you're there, say hello, I'd love to hear from you. And I just wanted to do a quick live stream today on what I think it really takes to have a joyful and harmonious relationship. So in all my years as a relationship coach and a nature lover, I have helped hundreds of couples to achieve joy and harmony in their relationships. And I've learned so much about what it really takes to achieve that. And so I want to share this with you now because my mission really is to help you and as many other couples as I possibly can to experience the joy and harmony in your relationship that I know is possible for you. So how could I know all of this and not share it with you? So my question to you is, questions to you. Do you long for a relationship where you can deeply connect with your partner, where you can experience greater intimacy on both an emotional and a physical level? Do you long for a relationship where you both trust each other, where you respect each other, where you feel like you can connect with each other on a soulmate level? Do you long for a relationship where you enjoy spending time with each other, where you work together as a unified team? And do you want a relationship where you can communicate effectively and clearly with each other without fear or blame? And do you want a relationship where you can resolve conflict compassionately without arguing? So if you answered yes to any of those questions, then I'm the relationship coach for you. Now, relationships obviously can be tough, and sometimes you can leave until you've reached a crisis point in your relationship until you seek help. And many couples have approached me at this stage in their relationships as a last resort, when there's so much work to be done that quite often they're left doubting whether anything can be done to help them. And of course I can do everything I can to help you if you have got to this stage. But it's so much more difficult for both you and me if things are left to this stage before seeking help. And I believe that at that stage the work's so much more intensive and there's so much more resistance to work through, with no guarantees that it will work. And in all honesty, the couples who have the greatest results in their relationships tend to be those couples, through relationship coaching, tend to be those couples who don't wait until they've reached a crisis point in their relationships before they seek relationship coaching. These couples know the benefits of working on their relationships even when there are no particular obvious issues to tackle, and in fact, particularly when there are no particular obvious issues to tackle. And it's an absolute joy for me to work with these couples because I'm privileged enough to bear witness to the most amazing transformations and happiness, and to know that these couples have really achieved the relationship they always wanted with each other. So as a relationship coach, this is what I've learned about what it really takes for a relationship to work. So number one is effective communication. So this means being respectful with each other. It means listening to each other. It means an awareness of how you're communicating and delivering the message you want to send, such as the words that you're using or the tone that you're using, being aware of your body language and not attacking each other verbally or being defensive with each other. The next is daily commitment to the relationship. So it's making regular time for your relationship to communicate, to resolve issues, or to learn more about each other, or just to enjoy each other's company. And so many couples do not commit to making that regular time together. The next thing that's really important for healthy relationships is compassionate conflict resolution. Now, this means the ability to recognise that conflict is a natural and unavoidable process in your relationship, and to be able to face it together in a compassionate way, treating each other with respect and kindness. The other thing that's really important for healthy relationships is focusing on the positives and not the negatives. So that's aligning yourselves with what you do want rather than what you don't have or what you don't want, because I think it's really too easy to focus on the negatives. And the other thing that I believe is truly really important is regular contact with nature, individually and as a couple, because we are all nature down to our very selves, and there are natural laws and principles in nature that I believe directly correspond to our relationships. If they're applied to your relationship, it can help you to unlock the joy and the harmony and the balance that you've been craving. So this is what I found doesn't work in relationships, and that's poor communication. So not listening to each other, using blaming language, a negative tone of voice, negative body language, attacking each other and being verbally and being very defensive. The other thing that doesn't work, is not making time for each other. So, if you find that there's no time to communicate with your partner or to spend time together, then you're not prioritising your relationship. And unless this changes, there's no amount of relationship coaching that can help you. It's one of the first things I try and get couples to do. And I say that with a lot of love, but it's really, really important that you prioritise making time for each other or things won't change. And the next part is contentious conflict. So this is another thing that doesn't work in relationships. So this usually comes back down to my first point, which was communication. It's not going to work if you don't communicate properly, respectfully, compassionately or kindly with each other, or actually if you avoid conflict altogether because you don't have the confidence that you can resolve things respectfully. And please, please, please don't try and resolve conflict by text, by WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. The amount of couples that I've seen that are struggling with communication in their relationship and struggling with conflict, and they're having all-day arguments that go on through WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. Basically, if there's conflict in your relationship, which there will be inevitably at some point, you need to resolve this in person. The other thing that doesn't work well in relationships is focusing on the negatives. So always telling your partner what they do wrong or what you don't like. That can be really demotivating, and you can start to forget why you're really even together in the first place. In nature, where you point is where you go. So why not focus on the positives and reset your internal relationship compass to head towards where you want to go and be in your relationship? And the other thing that doesn't work in relationships is disconnection. So disconnection from yourself and or your partner. And what happens when you start to disconnect is that you gradually start to know each other a little bit less every day. Then assumptions kick in and you start assuming you know things about your partner. You start making assumptions about what they must be thinking or planning or doing. And that can be really wrong, because actually if you're fearing something, quite often we project our worst possible fears onto that. And that's only looking at things through our own perspective, and we just know our partner a little bit less, and we stop asking them the questions about what's really going on for them. So if any of that feels familiar to you and you want some help and guidance to overcome these obstacles, then I'm also the relationship coach for you. I work with couples every single day to help them overcome these obstacles and to harness and build on the strengths in their relationships through reconnecting with nature. So if you want to know how I can help you with all of this, then you can sign up for my relationship coaching newsletter, which is always packed full of helpful advice and relationship tips to help you to achieve the balance and harmony in your relationship. And if you'd like my help and guidance to help you communicate in a more effective way and a positive way, then you can go to my website again, which is crystalwoodbridge.com. That's www.crystalwoodbridge.com. That's KRYSTAL woodbridge.com. So there, not only can you just sign up for my newsletter, but you can also download my free communication guide for couples, which that has tips for effective communication that gives you all the key principles and skills that you need to be able to deliver your message in a positive, effective and respectful way. And that can help you with your partner right now in your relationship and help you to improve that communication. And you can also subscribe to my Facebook page, which means that every time I do a Facebook live stream, you'll be notified when I go live. And that means that you can ask me questions. So I'll live stream about the things that couples come to me with every day, the things that I think are really important to help you with. But I'd also love to hear from you. If there's anything I'm not live streaming or talking about or writing about, but it's something that you feel that you would need support with in your relationship, I'd be delighted to hear from you. So you can either message me in the link below this live stream, you can contact me through my personal through my Facebook page through personal messaging, and or you can contact me through my website. I would absolutely love to hear from you. The other exciting news is it's really near now. I'm soon to launch a Compassionate Conflict for Couples e-course, which is an e-course that you can do from the comfort of your own home with your partner. And it's an intensive 4-week course which will really help you with the key communication skills and principles that you need to have effective communication so that you can resolve conflict in a compassionate, loving way with your partner. So again, if you'd like to know more about that, make sure you sign up for my newsletter, where you'll be one of the first people to be notified about that. And the first 10 people who sign up get a free bonus with me, and I'll give you much more information when that's available. But I'd absolutely love to hear from you. So again, come to www.crystalwoodbridge.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. And just remember, maintain and tend to your relationship every single day and watch it thrive. Take care for now. Bye.